Well, I mentioned to you already the reason for this day and how important this is, and it's our great privilege as the people of grace and the friend of Israel today to have with us the ambassador that's here, located in Houston, Texas, for the nation of Israel, the Honorable Meir Shlomo. Would you welcome him today as he comes? Ambassador Shlomo, thank you for coming to Grace.
Thank you, Steve.
God bless you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Shalom. Now, you can do better than that, I believe. Shalom. That's more like it. Pastor Steve Riegel and his wife Becky, good friends of the State of Israel, and also thank you for your great service for humanity. Pastor Gareth Booth, my friend, Fernando Herrera, Council Member Sullivan, Doug Stringer and his wife Lisa, where are you? Right. Distinguished guests, friends, thank you for letting us into your church, and more importantly, thank you for letting the State of Israel into your heart. I bring you greetings from Jerusalem, from the Holy Land, from the land of Israel. Let me say this first. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and thank you for your commitment to the State of Israel. There is a joke about an Israeli speaker who came to an event and asked the organizer, how much time do I have to speak? The organizer looked at him and said, well, you can speak as long as you want. We're going home at 8 o'clock sharp. On a more serious note, just last week I was speaking at a certain university when a student asked me, why was the State of Israel created precisely on the land that belongs to the Palestinians? Well, I thought that the answer to that was given a long, long time ago, to be precise, in Genesis chapter 35, verses 12. ואת הארץ אשר נתתי לאברהם וליצחק לך ולזרעך אתננה. The land which I gave to Abraham and Isaac, to you and your descendants, after you I shall give. Israel was created on the promised land, on the land with continuous Jewish presence for hundreds and thousands of years, on the land of milk of honey, on the land given to the Jews by God the Almighty. However, as I stand here before you today, filled with joy, unfortunately, after 63 years, Israel still faces countless threats. Throughout its history, Israel had to fight on a daily basis for its existence. True, we have succeeded to return to our biblical homeland after 2,000 years of exile. But equally true, the land of Israel is not just about milk and honey. Israel was and still is surrounded by 22 Arab countries. Most of those countries continues to refuse to recognize Israel's very right to exist, as Pastor Steve mentioned. They also reject Israel as the national home to the Jews with its ancient homeland given to it by God. If one wants to know where the enemies of Israel stand, one only has to listen to the leader of Hamas, who lamented publicly the demise of Osama bin Laden and called him no less than a holy Arab warrior. Perhaps we should remind Iran, Hamas, Syria, and the other members of this unholy alliance of enemies of Israel of Genesis 12:3. I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them who curses thee. Recent events in the Middle East have left us puzzled. Clearly change is taking place. Equally, it's unclear what kind of change is it. We may and we should hope for the best of all outcomes, and that democracy will gain the upper hand. But, unfortunately, there is a real possibility that radical Islamists will exploit the situation, being the only organized force on the ground, to gradually take the Middle East in a reverse direction of reactionary radicalism. Yet, two basic important facts about Israel have been brought into light on the background of events in the Middle East. First, the fact that the unshaken alliance between the United States and Israel is first and foremost based on shared values of two democratic societies. Thus, unlike other countries in the Middle East that are one day for and pro-American and the other day against America, Israel was, is, and always will be a loyal and trustworthy friend of the American people. Thank you. And the second fact is that Israel is the only real democracy in the Middle East. However, on top of all these threats, I come to you today to speak about yet another ploy designed by those who do not wish Israel well. This September, precisely next week, the State of Israel will face another major challenge as the Palestinians, with the support of the Arab countries and the Muslim world, will ask the UN to recognize the Palestinian state within the 67 borders, that is, including Jerusalem, as the capital of the Palestinian state. This move is designed unilaterally to rally the international community to pressure Israel to accept the Palestinian plan, something we all oppose unequivocally. Furthermore, this resolution may lead to an isolation in Israel within the international community, thus further exposing it to Arab pressures. Fortunately, we are not alone. We have a family, all of you here today. As you know, family sticks through thick and through thin. In times of joy and peace, we are family and we are united. You can repeat it with me if you want. In times of grief and terror, we are family and we are united. From Jerusalem to Grace Church, Houston, Texas, we are family and we are united. And let the world know this if it knows nothing else. America stands with Israel. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Today, here in Grace Church, we are kickstarting, with your help, a regional prayer event of support of Israel. This campaign, called One with Israel, will peak next week when this prayer event will take place simultaneously in hundreds of synagogues and churches throughout Texas, Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. And this campaign is designed to show that Israel does not stand alone, that Israel has loyal friends in the United States, and that all of us are united. In this time of trial and need, I appeal to each one of you to demonstrate and express publicly his support to the State of Israel. We are but two Israeli diplomats based in Houston in charge of a huge region. However, we do not feel alone. I regard all of you here today as ambassadors of the State of Israel. It is important that each one of you will bring the real Israel to your neighbor, to your business partner, and to your elected officials. Let the world understand this if it understands nothing else. All of us stand by Israel, for Israel, together, one with Israel. Thank you, shalom, and God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.